Hey guys, in today's video we are checking out 5 cheap items that fix common problems for guitar players and bass players. So all 5 of these items are items that I use myself. I'm a full-time musician. That's the main thing that I do. All 5 of these items I've switched to start using, and they've fixed common problems that I've had when performing live. You don't have to be a live player in order to use these, although it definitely will benefit live players, but I think it'll just help you out in general if you're the guitarist or bass player anyways. But all of these items are under $50, and they help my life as a musician tremendously. Before we get started, I post videos like this all the time, stuff on wireless, in-ear monitors, gear reviews, finding cheap stuff for musicians on Amazon. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell to be notified when I put out new videos, and hitting the thumbs up button is a free way to support the channel. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first off, right off the bat, you have probably used one of these before. Good old snark tuner, clips onto the top of your guitar, your bass, or whatever instrument, and you can see the tuning and stuff like that. The thing about this that drives me nuts is that, one, they break sometimes. These will come off sometimes, but most importantly, these. You have to buy so many of these damn batteries, and I swear it just drains all the time. So I used to buy just like 20 of these all the time. Now I have found this one. It's one by PRS, which of course I love PRS guitars. My PRS guitar is my baby, so I'm a fan of this. The thing that's great about this is that it charges over micro USB. You never have to worry about, you have to make sure that's charged, but you don't have to buy these things ever again. It's really well attached. I'm not worried about it breaking off. You have 4 different modes. Of course, you get, the PRS bird, which is always really nice. You can have strobe or needle mode, whichever one you like. You have 4 different modes: chromatic, which is usually why I just leave it in, or guitar, bass, or ukulele mode. Just like once a week, just remember just to plug it in, or it depends on how often you're using it. But, when I come home, I have wireless stuff that needs to be charged anyway. So just after gigs, I just charge it, and I never have to worry about my batteries dying again on my tuner. And this little guy is just 30 bucks. Really helpful. Actually just ordered 2 more to put on all of my main guitars. All my main guitars are going to have this guy now. All right, next up. I know we've all been there before where we get our guitar nice and in tune and we're playing it. Sounds great. Strum a chord. Sounds nice and in tune. You go to put on a capo, and then you strum, and it's all out of tune. And you have to retune like based on where the capo is, and then you have to retune when you take the capo off. Really obnoxious. Some of that could be an intonation issue, so keep that in mind. However, there is this guy, the G7th capo. This is a $50 capo, so it's the most expensive item on this list. However, as you can see, is that you get to apply the pressure how much you want. I'm slowly pushing how much pressure it needs. Whereas a capo like this, you basically just let go and it just squeezes the hell out of your guitar and can get it out of tune. But this has helped keep it from getting out of tune so much. This is the only capo that I really use now. Highly recommend these, especially if you're having issues with tuning. So links for all of these will be down in the description down below. They are Amazon affiliate links. It doesn't cost you anything to use those links, but it is a free way to support the channel. So if you do find any of this content helpful and do decide to get any of these items based on my recommendations, using those links is a free way to support the channel, so I would appreciate it. Okay, next up, especially for all you Les Paul players out there. So for me, my main guitars are the Variax guitar, which I did do a demo video of, or the new guitar that I've really just started using. I did a whole video on it. It's really wild. It has a guitar effects processor in it, so all the amps, pedals, effects, and all this stuff is inside the guitar. It's really wild. That's my new main guitar that I'm using. It's really awesome. The thing about those is that they're really heavy because, there's computer processing in it. It depends on the type of guitar that you use, but especially if you use a Les Paul, it's really heavy, and you get done playing, especially if you play 4-hour sets like I do, and you get right here, you just get that ache, and you have to stretch it and everything. That's because the strap is just not padded enough. But luckily there is this guy. And as you can see, look at those nice padded cushion right here for the strap. So when it goes over, it's padded on your shoulder, and it is an absolute lifesaver. So when I first got my Variax guitar, those first like 2 gigs that I did, my neck hurt so much after a set. I think we only did like 3 hours. It killed me, so I had to look it up, and I found this one. I think the Click, K-L-I-Q is how it's spelled, but it's like the air gel one. It's a $40 strap, so it's a little more expensive than your normal $20 strap, but for me, not having that neck ache after a 4-hour set or a 3 or hell, even a 2-hour set has just been a lifesaver. So I actually ended up getting 3 of them, one for each of my main guitars, especially the 2 that have computer processing in them. It's been a lifesaver. And actually my singer ended up getting one because he was having issues with his neck just on his acoustic guitar. And this one he doesn't have any issues with anymore. So if you have neck pain, highly recommend this strap. All right, item number 4. So this is actually really cheap. This is a $5 item. Most of you have probably heard of strap locks. You know, it's a way to keep your strap from falling off. And if you've ever had the strap fall off during a show, you'll know how frustrating that can be. Strap locks are good. Obviously, I have them on multiple of my guitars. They're, you know, a little bit more expensive. They're not awful. You do have to like set them up. You know, that's the part I usually hate doing. There is a simpler solution. This little guy right here. This is it. You can get a pack of these for like $5. And you get like 6 of them. And what it does, it just goes over the strap and it sits on top of the strap and helps keep the strap in place. Since I've used these, I haven't dropped my guitar at all, and the strap has not come off at all with these. I'm not flipping my guitar around or anything like that. You know what it's like to have the guitar drop, and you'd be like, I'm not even like moving. Like, why did my guitar fall? This is a really helpful way to keep the strap in place and to keep you from dropping your guitar. And especially for $5 for like 3 packs of these, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It really is. But these have been awesome. And I'm using these instead of strap locks now, and it's been awesome. And it's worked great. Okay, last but not least is a very simple one, but it's a very common one. I don't know how many times you guys drop picks on stage. I have the sweatiest hands in the world, but maybe this isn't a common problem. But here's one type of guitar pick, and here's the type of pick that I use. This is the Max Grip by Dunlop. There are like these ridges on the pick, and it helps just keep it in place. It's a grip. I mean, they're called Max Grip, Dunlop Max Grip, and it keeps the pick in place and keeps it from sliding around. So even if you don't drop it, it prevents you from, you know, moving your pick while you're playing, especially for someone like me with the sweatiest hands in the world. I mean, it's so much easier just to grip onto these picks, and it's less likely that you'll drop them. And these aren't very expensive at all. A 12 pack of these is like $4 currently on Amazon. And then like I usually do the 72 pack because I lose picks all the time, or you know, I forget them at a gig or something like that, or I let someone borrow them. So I get the 72 pack, which is like $23, which I guess the math on that doesn't quite make sense, but whatever. Either way, links to both of them will be down in the description. These are the only guitar picks that I actually buy now. They have different sizes. I like the 0.73 personally. That is all subjective. You know, they have heavier or lighter ones. I like 0.73. There's enough give, but it's not so heavy that it like breaks the strings, which is something I also have a problem with. Side note, the Paradigm strings, I guess this is a bonus one. If you're having trouble with breaking strings, the Paradigm strings, the Unbreakable strings, are the ones that I use now almost exclusively. I wasn't even planning on mentioning that in this video, but it just came to me that if you do have problems with breaking strings, check out the Paradigm strings. The links will be in the description down below for those as well. So you got a free bonus one. So you actually got 6 items instead of 5. These items aren't like anything, oh my God, that was amazing. It's amazing how these little things can make such a huge difference in your performance. So I hope that helped you guys out. If you guys made it to the end of this video, just do me a favor, hit the like button. It does a ton to help out the YouTube algorithm. I would appreciate it. Again, links to all of these are down in the description down below. And again, they are Amazon affiliate links. If you do decide to use them, it's a free way to support the channel at no extra cost to you, so I would appreciate it. So check out some of my other videos that I've done. I reviewed a ton of cheap gear for musicians. I've done a ton of cheap gear on cheap wireless, cheap in-ear monitors, finding stuff on budgets. So check out some of those videos by clicking the link on your screen now. Don't forget to follow me on my social media pages at Scott Ewell Music on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Again, leave a comment down below if you have any gear that you want me to check out. I love checking out new gear, and that's kind of what this channel mostly ends up being about. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.